Time now for the business news with Kate Moody. Kate, good evening.
Hi, Delana.
U.S. regulators are proposing new regulations that would affect the crypto industry.
Yeah, the Securities and Exchange Commission has voted to put forward rules that would, in theory, increase protection for investors. The proposal would expand the scope of existing oversight of financial or investment advisors so that any client assets, including crypto, would, in theory, have to be secured with qualified custodians. That usually includes banks or broker-dealers. Regulators around the world are facing growing pressure to protect crypto investors, notably after the collapse of the exchange FTX, which saw customers and investors lose billions of dollars worth of assets last year. Now, to discuss, we're joined by Tim Byun. Thank you so much for being with us. You're the Global Government Relations Officer at the crypto exchange OKX. Thank you for being with us. I want to start just by asking your thoughts on the SEC's latest moves there.
You know, as a former regulator for 16 years in the U.S., regulators learn a lot from debacles and crises. I think what the SEC has proposed this morning is actually prudent. I think it will provide additional protections to registered investment advisors' customers, which is a segment of crypto investors. But from OKX's perspective, our business will be fine. We instill confidence and controls to our customers through other strong means as proof of reserves and to ensure that we're not a crypto bank. We're not lending customers' funds externally to other parties as some of the unfortunate institutions that you have spoken about. So it does not affect us. Our business is sound, and I think the regulations in the U.S. for the investment community is actually a sound proposal by the SEC.
We'll come back to some of the regulation question in just a second, but I mean, it's hard to talk about the sector at the moment without talking about the collapse of FTX last year. Companies big and small across the industry felt the ripple effects. Has your business been affected, and if so, how?
It actually has. Volumes have been subdued, but it's actually rebounded quite nicely. This is, it's tragic. It's unfortunate that we have bad actors, but it's no different from the unfortunate situation of Bernie Madoff, from Lehman Brothers. It took time for the financial industry to heal. And I think same as it said for the crypto industry, it is unfortunately a time of healing. And I think the powerful or stronger, respectable players will actually come out of this rubble just fine.
But does this kind of scandal undermine the public perception of the industry? Do you think it might do permanent damage?
I think it'll just take time to heal. And this is probably a great opportunity to highlight the genesis of Bitcoin, or what Bitcoin really has to offer. Bitcoin is a peer-to-peer cashless proposal that started in 2009. And it offers tremendous opportunities and power to customers to self-custody their tokens. So you actually do not need a qualified custodian or a centralized exchange like OKX. Bitcoin provides that power for everyone, for customers to hold their tokens by themselves fully and with all the confidence of blockchain.
Let's come.
So I just had a question because we have news coming in that Bitcoin has risen 4.99% to 23,319. Is that a sign that the public's perception has changed, and as you said, it's taken time, but it's reversed?
I'm not sure if prices in itself reflect that, but I think maybe what it does show is that it is part of the healing. Naturally, regulators, as I first started to say, learn from debacles. And I think this, as well as other regulators, are coming out with better systems. Keep in mind that the crypto system was heavily regulated for AML from the early years. 2013, FinCEN came out and defined Bitcoin as a convertible virtual currency. They thought it was a currency that could be used for peer-to-peer payments every day, every second. I certainly hope that it does, but currently, for me, I see it as a alternative stored value. One day we will get to seamless, person-to-person payment via Bitcoin, but it's getting there.
And we're seeing some countries trying to roll it out as a real form of payment. A bit rocky, isn't it? I want to ask you a little bit more about this question of regulation, and particularly what changes you see on the horizon here in France and on the European market.
I think the European Union is taking a huge step to standardize for all 21 countries, I believe, a crypto regulation called MiCA. That is coming on board probably in about 12 months. But that's not to say that the European countries have not already taken great initiatives with their specific regulations called VASPs, DASPs, and those local regulations will be superseded by MiCA. However, it's a great indication that the EU and the European countries are welcoming in a safe and sound manner cryptocurrencies. And I think that's a very healthy sign.
Well, I think we'll have a lot more to discuss, especially when it comes to regulation in the coming weeks and months. Tim Byun, thank you so much for being with us on France 24. Delana, before I leave you, just one piece of business news that is coming into us. We have been told that the president of the World Bank, David Malpass, will be stepping down early, not finishing out his 5-year term. I'll be back in about 45 minutes with the latest on that and the rest of the day's business stories.
Thank you very much for that, Kate. Kate Moody there with today's business news. More news with me. Stay with us. This is France 24.